Joining us now here on day 5 of the Lincoln Challenger, a man still alive in both singles and the doubles draw. Of course, he earned a straight set victory to advance to the singles quarters earlier today, a straight set victory in doubles to advance to the semifinals as well. It's Martin Damm joining us once again. Martin, first of all, congratulations to you on the wins today. I actually want to start with that doubles match. How does doubles on a week like this help you on the singles court? What sort of purpose does it bring to play that event?
I think the main purpose of playing these doubles in the early stages of a three-week block maybe of tournaments is in case I lose early, first of all, to get some matches. And I play with Alex Gruskin quite often. We're good friends off the court, so it keeps things light. And for sure, anytime I can get extra reps of maybe certain volley or volleys or returns in general is good for me and good for my singles game as well. And obviously, the more matches you play in a week, that's pretty much good news. So, just usually play to work on small things and just have fun, man.
No, the match count's high, the prize check that much higher as well. So a shout out to, and you mentioned it, Alex Gruskin, your partner this week. I've seen not only him, but Michael Moe, who's part of that IMG circle around here as well. Is it helpful to have those guys with you, built-in practice partners, I suppose, for the week? Yeah,
for sure. I mean, it makes things easier and more fun. Dinner's more fun, and obviously it's an individual sport, so at times it gets lonely, but having friends like that you've known for years and have a personal connection with, it makes a big difference for sure. I think it's a rare thing, and you're friendly with a lot of players, but maybe you wouldn't go to dinner with the majority of them. So having a tight group is definitely always nice.
Who picks up the check, you, Michael, or Alex?
So far it's been split. So.
Okay, it's a mature answer for what it's worth. We'll see who goes furthest. Maybe that's who will pick up the final check. But no, and obviously it wasn't just doubles today, singles as well, and to earn a straight set victory 5-5 over Ali. It really all match long. Felt like you had a bunch of 15-30 looks, and he just kind of managed to linger. Did you feel that during the course of the match, and ultimately, to what do you credit your performance today?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a pretty darn good win by me. He's a great competitor. He gives you everything he has. I thought I was the better player from the start. I got up an early break, got broken immediately back. I think I had break points at 3-2 or 4-3 maybe. Had a lot of break points or set points at 5-4. I think 4, yeah. So I thought I was applying pressure well from the beginning, and I mean, he's tough. He hung in there. He had a break point at 5-all, so I was happy to sneak that one, out and played a great game at 6-5, and I think the same in the second. I think the biggest difference there was that we were both serving unbelievably well. I actually didn't lose a point on my first serve in the second set, so, when I'm serving that well, it makes, the other part of the game easier and more comfortable for me, so I was able to take some cuts at the returns, and I thought I played a phenomenal game at 6-5 again and broke the love. So, super quality win for me. I know his ranking isn't maybe as high as it should be, but I think he's a great player, and he's always going to be a tough out.
Yeah, no, I always say if I'm going to tweet something, I should say it to your face as well. That's what I tweeted too. I thought even your misses today were to the right spot, and it just felt like you were committed to that game plan from the start. And you mentioned that 5-4 return game you played. You did have 4 set point chances. Ali was able to hold there. I'm curious, does 19-year-old Martin Damm handle a situation like that as well as you did today? Because to your point, felt like that 5-all service game could have gotten away from you. It didn't. What has allowed you to get better in those situations? Is it just practice, or is it something else you're doing?
I mean, I think, first off, I think I played those set points a little passively, and I think, I gave him some free points, but I think the biggest thing is realizing that, it's still 5-all. The set is still, close but far as well. So, I mean, I actually doubled twice that game. Yeah. And he played, I think, one good point and maybe, one good point, 2 doubles. So I was down a break point, and I think in that moment the biggest thing is to stay calm and, kind of back myself with my serve and my aggressive game. I was missing some by margins or some close, but I think the bottom line is I kept going after it, and it paid off. With both 6-5 games, I played aggressive tennis and I broke.
No, I so thoroughly agree. And my last 2 questions off of that. Have you, this is going to sound weird to the listener, the viewer who maybe isn't as informed about tennis. Have you come to grips that like you are going to miss? I guess do you know what I mean by that? And saying that's the game style. How does one go? Like, how does one go about accepting that? And when has that clicked for you? Like, what has that process been like?
Yeah, I think that's, when I have some success, I think that's the biggest thing is that I'm, going after the shots constantly. And yeah, mistakes will come, but there's also such a thing as good mistakes.
Yeah.
And as long as my feet are active and I'm swinging it and not just hitting balls, then I think I'm in good hands. And the eventual pressure of point after point will eventually get to the player, and especially indoors, where there's no wind, there's nothing that can really throw me off besides myself really. So yeah, I think it was a great execution today.
Yeah, I know. It was very impressive. My favorite part, I think it was in that 5-4 game. There was only one ball where you took it inside in, and you were like, I should have gone inside out with that one. And coach looks at you and goes, yeah, but you know it. And even then, exactly, you know it. And, now you get to play again tomorrow. It's a quarterfinal day. I'm going to look at the draw because Martin takes on, it's right next to me, Andre Iligan tomorrow, a fellow lefty. I'm curious what you know about that matchup, what it's going to take for you to get to championship weekend, keep advancing here.
Yeah, I mean, he's a great player. He's had a lot of wins under his belt the last few weeks. He's a tough out, and I think kind of a similar matchup to my first round. He's a crafty lefty. Maybe not as much firepower, but he had a great win today against Andres Martin. So the kid can play, and yeah, it's never easy. I mean, it's a quarterfinal. I think that's when matches kind of start to matter. Playing for semis and finals, and eventually playing for the trophy. So yeah, I just gotta stick to my game and not let outside things affect me, and keep believing in my weapons, that my weapons are better than his weapons, and yeah, just leave it all out there.
No, I was so impressed in that exact mindset. I think that's what we saw today. And look, if you're a Martin Damm fan, book the flight. You're going to get to see him twice tomorrow. Quarterfinals in singles, semifinals in doubles. Martin, congratulations on the victory.
Thank you.